Welcome back to the Central Indiana Sports Report, college football fans, and welcome to the Central Indiana Sports Report College Football Report with Eric and Ryan Robinson, their weekly preview and predictions of the weekend ahead. This week we have Eric with us, and in the place of Ryan Robinson, we have our Purdue guy, Jake Dunn. Welcome, guys. Eric is part of our picks competition. Jake joined the crew just a little too late to join it, but he will, I'm sure, going forward. In fact, he joined our Major League Baseball picks competition. He is part of that. But here's how we do it. Every game, 10 games every week, plus one bonus game, which is Illinois State. By the way, the Cubs just won.
Wow.
The more a team is favored, the fewer that team is worth. So you get more points for being bolder. And last week's results, first place, Greg Mengel. How about that, everybody? 31 points for Greg, 30 for Grant Schaus, who has once filled in on this program and is in one of our IU guys. Sam Frick from Fort Wayne, A&EC Sports, 28 points. Ryan Robinson, 27. Mike Rich and Zach Carter, 24. Will Rutherford, 22. Then down. Eric
Why haven't you said my name yet?
Eric Robinson, 14. But Kevin Helfrich scored 11, so you weren't in the basement. And you didn't fall in the standings. Here's how it is through 5 weeks. For the first time, Eric is not your leader. It is Ryan Robinson who takes the lead with 146 points, tied with Grant Schaus. They both have 146 through 5 weeks. I have 139, then Eric 135, so you're still in it, Eric.
I know. I'm going to make a comeback.
Every week we put Eric and Ryan up against the local media, Elijah Poe of the Ball State Daily News and our IndyCar guy, 129. Will Rutherford of Strictly Biased with Will Rutherford, 129. Kate Hampton of the Muncie Star Press, 126. Mike Rich, our childhood friend, Eric, is 123. He's our Pacers guy. Jeremy Giggy of White River Communications, 122. Zach Carter of Keon Sports and Sam Frick both have 119. Daniel Bragg of Bragg Sports Media, 118. Michelle Garman of the Tipton Tribune and Elwood Call Leader. And Jay Stevens of the Kokomo Post both have 117. And Kelvin Helfrich of the Action Sports Network has 116. So really, there's only a 30-point difference between the top and the bottom. Anybody's really still in this.
Yeah, there's a lot of football, a lot of picks yet to be made. I think maybe we could do something to consider is do like a double. We can bet double on one game. We get double the points, maybe make it interesting coming down the stretch.
Interesting. It would be interesting. For the first year, I tried to make it as simple as possible, though.
Eric. Right. I didn't come up with this idea when I was in first place, but now that I'm in fourth.
Here we go. We have 3 local games this week. 2 of them at noon, 1 at 3:30. I'll start with the 2 noon games. And on Big Ten Network, and I guess, Eric, we should start with Jake on this one. Okay. We have 3-1 Illinois at 2-2 Purdue. I have Illinois worth 3 points, Purdue worth 7. Jake and I are going to talk about this game more in depth. Actually, the podcast was earlier today, but he and I are going to talk later tonight about this game. So if you want to hear more about it, tune in for that. Jake, your prediction on Illinois at Purdue.
My heart says Purdue, but my head goes Illinois, and I'm going to follow my head on this one. I think Illinois, they are coming off an emotional win versus USC. So hopefully they'll be have a little hangover from that win. But I think Purdue just doesn't have enough talent to really keep up with Illinois. So I know their secondary is banged up a little bit. Probably going to be a lot of yards in the passing game. In this game, Illinois is going to win this one by a score.
I'm going to take Illinois too. I mentioned a few weeks ago, I don't think Purdue will win another game. I think I'm going to be proven wrong on that, and I'm not being a Purdue hater. I think Purdue's playing way better than I thought they would. I think they have another win or two coming, but I don't think it's going to be this week. Illinois.
Eric, because it's more than double the points, I am tempted to take Purdue, but I'm not going to. I think this Illinois team's pretty good, a solid top 25 team, and Purdue's not quite to that level yet. Maybe later in the year. Also on noon on CBS Sports Network, we have 3-2 Ohio at 1-3 Ball State. In both teams' MAC opener, I have Ohio worth 3 points on the road in Muncie. Can the Cardinals pull off the upset?
I don't think so. I'm taking Ohio all day. I happened to watch some of the Ball State Connecticut game, and man, that Ball State offense is so bad. So Ohio, easy pick for me.
This one's pretty easy to pick. Ohio is about as free gets. Ball State, to Eric's points, is just pretty bad. They're probably one of the worst, if not the worst team in college football. So Ohio's going to win this one pretty easy.
I think Ohio's going to win too. I don't think it's going to be as easy as you think. I don't think it goes more than double digits. But I'm still taking Ohio. Then 3:30 on NBC, it's Eric and Ryan's Fighting Irish coming off a big win at Arkansas. It was over before it started. And Eric, I hate to point out that you took Arkansas, and I tried to tell you how wrong you were. But
You did. You tried talking me out of it.
I did.
Yeah, and who would have thought that game would be? Now we're coach killers, so
That's right.
that outcome was so one-sided. They fire their coach. That's how wrong I was last week. I was so wrong on so many games. It's
an anomaly, Eric. You'll recover, I'm sure.
I know. Like Notre Dame again this week. I think offensively, man, we are just in tune. And finally, they're running the football. And to me, C.J. Carr looks like one of the best quarterbacks playing right now. The last couple of weeks, he's looked so comfortable back there running the offense. I'm really impressed with him. But I think we just pound the ball again. C.J. Carr stays efficient. I think Notre Dame wins easy this week.
I may have mentioned it's 3:30 on NBC. Notre Dame hosting Boise State. Eric, even with Boise State worth 7 points, you're taking the Irish. Boise State is 3-1, coming off some wins. Not one of their best teams, right?
I think the talent level's just a little bit down than what we're used to seeing from Boise State.
And I said last week that Notre Dame's not going to look past anybody because they have to win every game the rest of the year. But this one is a sneaky one. Boise State's well coached and that they could get hot. So I like Notre Dame as well. I'm going to pick Notre Dame to win this game, but I'm not that comfortable about it.
I get what you're saying, but we've already lost our home game. We always lose a home game. We already lost it to A&M. I think we know. We saw some urgency from Notre Dame finally that we didn't see in the first couple games. I just really like where we're at. I think they just look like steamroller on offense, and they're going to have to be because their defense is average. When you can run the football as well as we've been running it, we're going to be hard to beat because C.J. Carr is playing so good and efficient when we have to throw the football. I how balanced we are on offense.
And Eric, they can't afford to have a game that is seen as a letdown game, a loss. Even if they win a game, they can win a game that the media will see as a loss. And with 2 losses, you have to be impressive pretty much the rest of the year to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they have a handful of opportunities to have some really bad wins.
Yeah.
You play Boston College and win by 1, or you only beat Pitt by 3 points. Those are going to look terrible on the resume.
And it's kind of unique to college football that the final score matters. It just does.
It does.
And they're going to need to be pretty dominant. Jake, your thoughts on Boise State or Notre Dame?
The talent at Boise State's down a little bit from what we're used to seeing, like Eric said. So I'm going to take Notre Dame here. They've Eric also pointed out that they've lost their home game for the year. They know that they need to win every game from here on out, and I like Marcus Freeman as a coach, so I think he's got their heads on straight. So I'm going to go with Notre Dame as well.
7 games not in our local area on Saturday. starting with a couple of noon games. Noon on CBS, it's 1-3 Air Force at 4-0 Navy. I have Air Force worth 6 points, Navy worth 4. Trivia question. What percentage of the Navy roster is made up of Marine Corps commitments?
47%.
Yeah, 46.
Are you kidding me?
No, 46%. My uncle, who's an Army grad, West Point grad, guessed 10% because that's what the percentage of actual officers are in the Naval Academy is 10% are Marines. But 46% of the football team is made up of Marines. I just wanted to point that out as a Marine.
Yeah, that's cool.
6 points for Air Force, 4 points for Navy. It looks like Navy might be fairly legit.
I'm going to take the Marine Corps on this one all the way. I like that program. I mean, Notre Dame, we always play Navy, so I'm very familiar with the history and the program and the rivalry games with Notre Dame and Navy. Ton of respect for that program. So I'd love when they do well. I'm really happy for them.
Completely agree with Eric. I'm gonna go with Navy. I got a lot of respect for them as a program and just our troops in general. Got a lot of respect for them. So I'm gonna go with Navy on this one.
We respect Air Force too, but they fight war from afar. I'm taking Navy. Also, noon on ESPN2, it's a good one in the Big 12. 5-0 Iowa State at 3-1 Cincinnati. I have both teams worth 5 points.
I'm taking Iowa State on the road. I didn't try to overthink this one. I think I had Iowa State second or third in the Big 12 behind Kansas State. I like their quarterback. This is a toss-up game, but I'm taking Iowa State on the road.
I'm going to agree. I'm not a huge believer in Cincinnati, and I think Iowa State's a really good team. So I think Iowa State gets it done on the road in Cincinnati.
This is one of those Saturday noon games where an unbeaten team goes and loses a game it probably shouldn't. I'll take Cincinnati at home.
Yeah, it's not a bad pick.
3 games at 3:30 in our competition here. 3:30 on ABC. It's unbeaten Vanderbilt at 3-1 Alabama. Still have Vanderbilt worth 7, Alabama worth 3. Is that enough to tempt you?
It is, but man, I just keep thinking back to last year with Bama losing at Vanderbilt. Bama's coming off that win versus Georgia. That tempts me more than the 7-3 score you're giving it. I think Bama's got too much. I think Bama's really good, and I think they remember last year. So I'm going to pick Alabama. But that Vanderbilt team's really good. That quarterback's playing out of his mind.
Yeah, Diego Pavia is really good. He's playing really well, to your point, Eric. And I was pretty close to picking Vanderbilt, but I'm going to go with Alabama here. The 7 points was pretty enticing, but I'm going to stick to my gut here and go Alabama.
It was enticing enough for me to take Vanderbilt, just double the points. I probably think Alabama's going to win, but I'm not sure enough to take more than half the points. So give me Vanderbilt.
On the road.
On the road in Tuscaloosa. They might be that good. You never know.
And they're playing in Brian Dennehy Stadium. My brother always calls it, Ryan calls it Brian Dennehy Stadium.
I love it.
His best friend's a huge Alabama guy. So Ryan was like, where are they playing? Brian Dennehy?
Brian Dennehy deserves his own stadium, doesn't he? In the Big Ten, it's a kind of a which team's a legit game. 3:30 on the Big Ten Network. 3-1 Washington at 4-0 Maryland. I have both teams worth 5 points again, Eric.
Yeah, and this one to me, the difference, both of these teams are very similar in what they do defensively, scoring-wise, yardage-wise, what they give up. This is another 50-50 toss-up game, but I'm going to give the edge to Washington because their offense is way better than Maryland's offense. So I'm going to take Washington on the road.
I'm not meaning to copy you every time, Eric, but I'm Washington's got a really stout defense, and they held Ohio State to, at least in the first half, to some low points. So I'm a believer in their defense, even though it is coached by Ryan Walters, the old Purdue coach. But
I think Maryland is completely fraudulent. I do not believe Washington is. They're not bad. They're not good, but they're better than USC and UCLA and Rutgers and Northwestern and Purdue.
Yeah.
So give me Washington. 3:30 on ESPN. Big win in the ACC in my backyard. Mike Hutzel, one of our IU guys, says tickets were $9 this week, and he's going. 4-1 Virginia at 4-0 Louisville. I have 6 points for Virginia, 4 for Louisville.
A very quiet 4-0 Louisville, I might add. When I was looking at some of my notes today, I was like, man, Louisville's 4-0. We haven't even talked about them. And that it is in your backyard. So I
Not a very
would have thought
impressive 4-0.
Do what?
Not a very impressive 4-0.
But 4-0 is 4-0. I like that. I like Jeff Brom as a coach. I think he could do well anywhere. Man, this is the number 2 defense, Louisville in the ACC. Virginia's got the number 2 offense, just right behind Florida State. Oh man, my gut's telling me to take defense in this and Louisville at home. So I'm going to, only because Virginia's coming off that huge win at Florida State. I don't think they can win 2 big games in a row. I got Louisville.
By the way, I
right.
took Virginia last week, Eric.
You did take Virginia. I know. And another game I said would not even be close.
I'm a big believer in Jeff Brom as well. I really wish you wouldn't have left Purdue. Completely understand why he did. I was really hoping he'd stay around at Purdue. So he's always going to hold a special place in my heart, reviving Purdue football. So I'm going to go with them, and I completely agree. I don't know if Virginia can win 2 big games in a row, so I'm going Louisville at home.
I live literally 1 mile from the city of Louisville, and I've never been a Cardinals fan, but I will say that Lamar Jackson kind of grabbed my heart when I was covering the team all those years, and so I have a little bit of love in my heart for Louisville football anyway, on top of Jeff Brom. And not only do I like them, but I believe they're going to win this game. Give me Louisville. Now we move to 2 night games. 7 o'clock on ESPN. It's unbeaten Texas Tech at unbeaten Houston. Tech were 3. The Cougars were 7, Eric.
I wish I could get more points on this than 3, but I like this Texas Tech team. Watch out for them. I'm taking Texas Tech all day.
Yeah.
I guess I'm kind of giving away the rest of my picks. But it's the only upset I'm picking out of these games. So I think they're due for an upset, and this seems like a good one.
They're going to have to outscore. Score high.
Yeah.
This could be a shootout.
I could see Houston winning for sure, Jake. This whole semi-pro Texas Tech team thing.
I know.
It seems like it's for real, and I hope it's not. I hope you can't buy your way to championships, but it seems like it might be.
Well, they've been doing it in like every sport our whole life. Come on.
Yeah, but it's a little different now.
Now they're doing it in the wide open.
Yeah, and they can.
That's the difference.
I thought it would be Oklahoma State. Turns out it's Texas Tech.
Yep.
7:30 on ABC. It's 4-0 Miami at 3-1 Florida State. 4 points for Miami, 6 for Florida State, Eric.
I'm finally going to score on this one because I know the winner. Listen to this stat. The number 1 offense in the ACC, Florida State, 600 yards a game.
Wow.
The number 1 defense in the ACC is Miami. They only allow 244 yards a game. What's going to give? This is like total ends of the spectrum here. Best offense, best defense. I'm taking Florida State to win at home with the upset. Miami going to get their first loss of the season.
I'd really like to see Miami lose. I did pick them to win, just because I feel like this is a game they may win. I'm not a fan of Miami or Carson Beck, so like I said, I really hope they lose, but I did pick them to win.
I do think Miami's going to go into Tallahassee and win that game. I think there's a little bit of a talent gap. Give me the Hurricanes. And guys, our last game is 4-0 and number 1 ranked North Dakota State at 3-1 and 6th ranked Illinois State. And guys, we have a special guest. Wenkers Wright is with us, and I dare you to take North Dakota State, Eric.
Oh, and I got to change my note.
Hey, with or without
Welcome,
me, I know
Wenkers.
they were going to take Illinois State. With or without me being here.
That's right. Welcome, Wenkers, star of the Illinois State Redbirds. Hey, great start to the season.
Yeah, thank you. We're still trying to get everything figured out. We got to get everything clicking as a team overall, but we're showing signs of life here and there, and obviously we're going to have a big test this weekend. So we are very, very excited, and we're just going to step up to the challenge and do our best as we can this weekend. And I'm sure we'll like the results in the end.
For those of you who don't know, Wenkers is my nephew, and congratulations on a big award nomination this week for your academics and athletics, and also being engaged. Congratulations on all the big news, and your college football career is coming to an end.
Thank you so much. The best thing that happened to me was finding my fiance through Illinois. And on top of that, I've had a success on and off the field. And as you mentioned, the Campbell Award, which is referred to as the academic Heisman. And I hadn't really heard much about it, but it's a pretty big deal. And it's an honor and a blessing to be one of the, I think, like 177 guys left in the final round. And I think results come out in about 2.5 weeks, like October 22nd, I think. And so just prayers and fingers crossed that I'm one of the, I think, like 12 to 16 guys that move on to the final round and are chosen as winners.
Hey, Wenkers, Eric Robinson here. So we mention your name every week on our podcast. Greg, like you said, we always pick your game. So just pretty cool to get to know you through Greg. Nice to meet you officially now. When I think of like any of the Dakotas, I'm like, they never get beat. Like they've been dominating football. This week we're playing number 1. I think as a player, I would be so jacked up. Like, let's go. Like you have to be super pumped up about the game, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm extremely pumped up about this game. Throughout the week, everybody's asking, so how's the team feel? I'm like, I can't speak for the whole team, but I can speak for myself. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to give it everything I have. A game like this under the lights, it's going to be a 6 o'clock game, whiteout theme. Sadly, we won't be in our white jerseys along with the crowd, but that's whatever. We're here to play football. So I'm excited. If you can knock down the Giants, then nobody can tell you anything, and you just got to keep rolling with that for the rest of the season. So it's a great opportunity, and if you want to play with the best, you got to beat the best, and that's what we're trying to do.
Heck yeah, this could change the whole season right here. This could be the start of something really special for you on the football field. And congratulations on the academics stuff, and best of luck.
Well, thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and if I was Lee Corso right now, I'd be picking out my headgear and I'd be switching it. The Wenkers, we're gonna win.
Yes, sir. I love that. I love that.
Hey, Wenkers, who's your favorite aunt?
There's only one right question to this. Aunt Susie. Aunt Susie. Did you even have to ask that question?
Producer Susie, of course. The producer of the podcast is Producer Susie. And hey, we're very proud of you. Thank you for stopping by. And everybody, ESPN Plus, 6 o'clock on Saturday. Check out Wenkers and the Redbirds take down the evil North Dakota State Bison.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. This is great. I love what you guys do, and keep it up. You guys are amazing.
Sorry about the interruption, guys. Now I'm going to dare you. I'm going to dare you guys to take North Dakota State.
I'm going to make my pick, and I'm going to go with the Redbirds. Lock it in. It's official.
I'm going to follow suit here. I know just a second ago I said I was only picking one upset, but that confidence that he has, that was contagious. And I didn't know about the academic awards too. I think any athlete who can combine, excellent play on the field and still have off the field success in the classroom. I think that's awesome. So I think that's a good sign that they are bound to be a winner in life. So because we had them join the podcast,
That's right.
I think I'm going to pick Illinois State here, but I'm in the same boat as Eric. Whenever you hear the Dakotas and FCS football, you're more than likely going to pick them. But like I said, the confidence that he shows and just learn about him throughout the past couple months I've been a part of this. It's been pretty cool to follow him along. So I'm going to go Illinois State here.
North Dakota State is that team. They're the best program in all of CS, and they have been for over a decade now. And if I was picking with my head, I would take North Dakota State, but I can't pick with my head. I have no choice, because if I pick them to win and they lose, or if I pick them to lose and they win, man, I'd be in big trouble with my family. And I'm taking the Redbirds because, as we heard from Wenkers, they are going to win this game.
Thanks for having him on. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Maybe if they win, we get him back on next week. That'd be cool. And then we got next week, Indiana, Oregon, right?
Next week is Indiana, Oregon.
Tune in to the Purdue Report, the Illinois game preview here. And we can talk a little bit more in depth about this matchup. Another good slate of games here this week. Just appreciate you having me on, Greg.
Thanks, guys. The Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media, and I love Susie.